Is WWE using TNA in their war on AEW? We'll talk about it. Plus, we have an update on John Cena's last match. And in a Cultaholic exclusive, we have details on Forbidden Door weekend plans for an AEW legend. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling news right now. So this WWE AEW counter-programming culture is taking quite an intriguing turn this morning, Ross.
Pawns are being moved across the chessboard, Tom. Kings and knights stand proudly in the corners.
And the horses go in an L shape.
Yeah.
There we go.
Something like that.
Chess. The whole of the world is here except Yul Brynner. Now, it's common knowledge that TNA have been searching for a new broadcast partner. Speaking to The Takedown recently with Sports Illustrated, TNA president Carlos Silva confirmed that they're actively seeking a new media rights deal. TNA looking to get about between $7 to $10 million per year on average annual. Now, Sports Illustrated on Twitter, they have a wrestling Twitter.
Yes.
They follow this up with something quite intriguing.
Yeah, they're saying multiple sources indicate to our John Albert that TNA has explored potentially moving to a WWE associated network and opposing AEW on Wednesday nights.
Now, that is the interesting bit because they are looking at other partners. Sports Illustrated says that there's been Sports Illustrated is saying there's rumors that are attached to places like the CW, which hosts NXT, A&E, which airs documentaries produced by WWE. And if it was any other wrestling company, we would see WWE put the kibosh on that. We've seen, like, when WWE and NWA came to that little situation a while ago, we saw NWA moved off their platform in favor of WWE. We've seen it on occasions across the wrestling landscape and many, many years. So this is a really interesting development because WWE have had this association with TNA for quite a while now, and there's the question marks as to, like, what the scope is of this. And an interesting one, this one, because it's them going, by the looks of it, according to Sports Illustrated, hey, you're all right. You can come on our station if you do it on maybe, I don't know, a Wednesday.
But we don't own TNA. No, we don't. No, we definitely don't own them. We can't own them. No, we don't own them.
Carlos Silva told Sports Illustrated's The Takedown that meetings are taking place about an Impact TV deal later this month. Did not deny that there are conversations about opposing Dynamite on Wednesdays, but he claimed any possible move the promotion makes is going to be in the best interests of TNA and not in the basis of competition. Yeah! and all of this happens just a few hours after the Wrestling Observer and Dave Meltzer talked about how WWE are aggressively beginning to counter-program AEW with hopes to push them out and pull TNA up.
Yeah, they're saying they really want TNA to become the other promotion because they can control TNA. This is a major full court press. I think that's a basketball reference there, Tom. They just want this guy, in brackets Tony Khan, of course, out of the box, and they know if the numbers stay good that he's going to get a renewal at a much bigger number, just like they did. He's already very profitable. The number will make him incredibly profitable, and they'll never get away from him or anything like that. So they feel that they need to make sure this is the last contract. So they're trying to put him out of business.
Yeah, so that's from the Wrestling Observer. Like with a lot of reports and stuff, you take it all with a pinch of salt, but it's the nature in which WWE seem to be ramping up this counter-programming, and it's not a case of what they might do, it's what they have already done. We saw very aggressive counter-programming around All In Weekend with NXT and Saturday Night's Main Event and Evolution all happening around there. Will look like we're going to be seeing it again All Out with plans of a John Cena, Brock Lesnar showdown to take place around that time too. And then there was also talks yesterday that we had about John Cena's last match being moved to go up against World's End. So there is very obvious scope for this, and I guess in recruiting TNA to be part of this war on AEW is a kind of shrewd one for WWE because it's seen as it's obviously giving TNA bigger scope if it means they do end up on one of these shows that also host WWE. But it also means that probably when it comes to a Wednesday night war, TNA TNA might take a fair bit of collateral damage.
I was going to say, yeah, if you're going to go to war with another program on a Wednesday night like Dynamite, why wouldn't you just move NXT? Because NXT's proven time and time again to get slightly more viewership than AEW over the past 2 to 3 years.
Maybe there's a sense that that's not as prominently the case anymore. So let's maybe put TNA, because it's great for TNA, because I think even if TNA goes up against AEW and doesn't do a stronger number and doesn't outperform AEW, I think they'll do great numbers. I think they'll do great business in some of those slots as well. But I think for WWE, it is a safer bet if they are to utilize this partnership, which there is obviously a partnership because there's roster members going back and forth, and maybe utilize that power they have to bring them onto a different network. Keep an eye on that.
Dynamite moves to Thursday. The next news in the next couple of weeks.
How do we have a Wednesday night war if you're going to do it on a Thursday? Let's go back to John Cena. By the way, he was on the One Show this week, and this completely passed me by. Sadly, he didn't do the One Show thing where he went on just to talk about, the plight of swans in the Northumberland countryside.
I was driving through Northumberland. I'm John Cena, by the way, and I saw a pothole, and I can't believe how deep that pothole was.
I always used to think with the One Show that they had like 2 jars. One jar had a random celebrity. The other jar had a topic. It's like, it's Robert De Niro doing a piece on skateboarding. Love the One Show. But John Cena on the One Show doing a bit of pandering. He said fans in the UK, WWE fans in the UK are the best. Fans in London specifically. They'll let you know how they feel. I don't think I'll be able to choose my opponent, but if I could choose a venue, it would be the O2 in London. Oh, that's where AEW is.
Doing,
yeah, his last match isn't happening in London. It's probably happening in Boston. It's been reported that the final match is looking to emanate from the TD Garden in Boston, but it could take place on the same night as World's End on December 27th. We have a little bit more detail on what it could be and what it might not be.
Yeah, Andrew Baydala, a sports writer with Sports Illustrated, shared an update saying that the 27th of December is in consideration for John Cena's last match, alongside December the 13th, saying NBCU has an NFL Saturday Night primetime game scheduled for the 27th of December. That is a Peacock exclusive with kickoff slated for 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time, currently between the Ravens and the Packers. Records, of course, are subject to change due to flex scheduling. The people I spoke to at NBCU stated that there would be no issue regarding the 2 events taking place on the 27th of December, one of which would be a Peacock exclusive, the NFL game, and the other one, the WWE one, would be on NBC, which is where Saturday Night's main event resides, is it not?
It is indeed. Now, NBCU confirmed that it has the infrastructure to host multiple live events on Peacock, but stated it typically doesn't compete within its own organisation and cannot confirm or deny anything at this current moment. Baydala went on to report that WWE and the city of Boston are still in the negotiation phase, but the dates, there's 2 dates they were looking at, and it was the 13th of December or this 27th of December. The 13th is the preferred option, according to a venue contact that Baydala has at the TD Garden. He says, however, it's all going to come down to how the sporting world breaks down. He says if the Celtics advance to the NBA Cup quarterfinal game as the visiting team and lose, or if the Celtics don't advance to the NBA Cup knockout rounds at all, this NBA Cup week game will be considered a standard regular season played on December the 11th, 12th, 14th, or 15th, potentially at the TD Garden. And it looks as if, therefore, it might end up being on the 27th after all.
That's a shame.
In which it was a normal business day for the TD Garden.
John Cena's retirement should stand on its own and not be used to counter-program AEW. I'm saying it, Tom.
Yeah, yes. I agree. I feel like it should be its own thing, and it should be. I'd like John Cena's last match to be a celebration of John Cena rather than just be another part of a bit of bickering between 2 promotions. Yeah. I feel like he's earned that. I mean, could we say the same for Goldberg's last match? I think, yeah, kind of. I feel like that. I do feel like if there wasn't this sort of counter-programming thing that's happening a lot at the moment, Goldberg probably would have got a bigger send-off on a PLE with a bit more fanfare. But that's the world that we are, and if John Cena's looking like that, I think that's a shame.
It is, yeah.
I think that's a shame.
But that's business.
That is business, and we're not in the business of business. We're in the business of wrestling. And next weekend is Forbidden Door down in there London. Now, lots of stuff taking place at the show itself, but we have a Cultaholic exclusive as it pertains to the day before, and an AEW legend and their plans for Forbidden Door weekend. But Ross, why it's not to us to break this news today.
Surely it is, Tom, being a Cultaholic exclusive.
Well, normally, yes. But today, sir, no. With the Cultaholic exclusive, to tell you more, is two-time Hall of Famer, an AEW legend, my very best friend, Mr. Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, the Nashville correspondent of Cultaholic Wrestling.
Yes. Oh, my friend Tom, I knew this day would come. I'm sitting here in the confines of the My World Studios, Hendersonville, Tennessee, but it won't be long, and I'm going to be making the trek across the pond for a few reasons. First and foremost, Forbidden Door. But the night before, Tom, right there in Farrington, the Boundary, used to be known as the Sports Bar and Grill, we're going to be doing a My World Live. That's right, My World Live, signing autographs, taking pictures, tell some good stories, talk about the time that Tom, we won't get too deep into your, I say messy past, but we are going to tell some wrestling stories like we do on My World, but I cannot wait. But Tom, you're probably wondering, Jeff, please tell me, why is this an exclusive to Cultaholic? Because, yeah, we're breaking the news right now for the first time heard around the world. Tom, I'm not asking, I'm not telling. Matter of fact, I've talked to your bosses. I'm demanding that you show up next Saturday, and you, my friend, are going to be the host. You've got huge shoes to fill, but you're going to be hosting, that's right, My World Live, host Tom Campbell, featuring my man from right up the road in Glasgow, Scotland, Grado. And we're going to have a few other friends and surprises and all that. But get your tickets now at myworldliveuk.com. It's myworldliveuk.com. Tom, you got two options. You can be a damn good host and for once in your life be useful, be productive, be something that you're not used to being, or you can wear a guitar necklace at the end of the night. myworldliveuk.com. Get your tickets now. VIP, meet and greet. We're going to have a good old time. So, Tom, I hope you're up for it, sir, because I certainly am.
Watch out for guitars, Tom. He's going to bop you on the head like Beetlejuice, I tell you.
I was really excited until that last bit. And I feel like I've earned it if I do. Yeah, there you go. My World Live next Saturday in Farrington. It's Jeff Jarrett. It's my mate Grado.
This is hot.
Scotland's Grado. And the old heart man, Cultaholic Wrestling's Tom Campbell hosting the whole thing. And a lot of guests as well.
Yep.
That is going to be fun.
But watch out for guitars, Tom. All the best.
I think I'm due one. Saturday, August 23rd, Boundary in Farrington. Tickets at myworldliveuk.com. Come and see us there. Cheers, Jeff. Have a lovely day. Unbelievable, Jeff.
I don't know, Jeff.
For the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.